Welcome to the Sanderverse, your home for everything Cosmere RPG. I'm Ken, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Cosmere RPG Stormlight Handbook that I recently unboxed from the Cosmere RPG's Kickstarter. This book contains everything you need to begin playing the game, including game mechanics, character creation, and everything a game master needs to know to begin running the game. Let's take a closer look. As I mentioned in the unboxing and first impressions video, this book is very high quality. The colors, the materials, and the leafing on the edges of the pages, all of it is amazing and I'm very happy with it. With this book, you have everything that you need to begin playing the Cosmere RPG. So let's take a look at what's inside. So as you can see, the artwork quality is very high, and this is consistent throughout the entire thing. If we just take a look at the table of contents, you can see what this book contains and what is needed to be able to start playing the Cosmere RPG. I'm only going to be showing a few parts of this book to give you an idea of what's inside. So first, let's take a look at part of the character creation where you can pick an origin for your character. And one of the possible origins is a singer, and singers can change their forms. Here's an example of the Alethi and the Azish. Once you've picked your origin, you need to pick a heroic path. And this is one example of the agent. And with each of the heroic paths, there are 3 different branches that you can take. So for the agent, you can go down thief, spy, or the investigator branch. As you level though, you're never limited to stay in one of these paths. One of the great things that I like about the Cosmere RPG is the flexibility to build the character that you want to build. One other heroic path, the heroic path of the warrior, where you can be a soldier, a shard bearer, or a duelist. And finally, you can also choose radiant paths, where you can swear the different ideals from first ideal to fourth ideal. And here are all of the different orders that you can be, with the exception of bondsmiths, as they are not currently playable in the game. One example of the orders is the wind runner radiant path. These also have 3 different branches that you can go down: gravitation and adhesion, the 2 surges that they have access to, and then the honor spren bond. And here is a list of all of the different surges that are in the game. And each radiant order, of course, has access to 2 of these surges. After you've built your character, you will need some items to go adventuring with. The handbook contains many of the items that you're going to need to go adventuring, including weapons. And here's an example of some of the weapons that they have available in the game. They also have additional equipment that you may need, and they come all laid out here in this book. One of the final things that you're going to need to play the Cosmere RPG is to understand the scenes in the game. And scenes are different things that you can do while playing: combats, conversations, and endeavors. Now, I just want to show you some of my favorite art that's in the book. Here on the page that talks about combat, you can see this amazing art of the assassin in white, which reminded me of one of the miniatures that I got, and I'll show a little preview here for a future video where we'll take a closer look at all of these miniatures. But you can see that the miniatures and the artwork both are very high quality. Another important part of the game for non-players is the game master, the person who's going to be running each session. Again, beautiful artwork here, and it goes into everything that a game master needs to know in order to begin running the Cosmere. So here's a look at the back cover. I think this book is incredible for anyone who's interested in playing the Cosmere RPG, but also for any fan of Brandon Sanderson and the Cosmere to add to your collection, and it will sit beautifully on your bookshelf and be a great reference guide. If you're interested in playing the Cosmere RPG, this book has everything you need. Also, if you're a fan of the Stormlight Archive, the Cosmere, or Brandon Sanderson in general, I highly recommend that you pick up this book. Don't forget to visit me at sanderverse.com and take a look at some of my other videos. See you next time.